Welcome back, Sive is here with the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Sorry guys for this delay in the video release. Now let's just complete this report. Speaking about the technical side, so on the fundamental background, a lot of interesting stuff has happened. We have tried to cover it at least a little bit, all of them, because all the things that we have mentioned in today's report, vehicle report, we think it makes sense and could make impact on your currency performance. Maybe not in the nearest time, but in perspective for the 2-3 weeks, definitely. Hardly we could ignore results of the Supreme Court decision. Some data has been released, it's also important, and taking it all together, the current situation, we do not know yet. It's a lot of uncertainty about how market could react on the Supreme Court decision. Besides, tomorrow we will also discuss the political background of this moment. We do not exclude that it's not just pure economical event. We think that it's also a political event with the far-going consequences. But for now, as reaction hasn't fallen yet, euro definitely stands under pressure of these factors, including the Iran situation and so on. Once these factors will get some relief, fundamental background stands not in favor of the weakness of the euro. So more or less, the status quo should be held by the market. We just need to see how it will happen. So currently, I wouldn't turn definitely to the bearish suggestion. The big levels that euro currency has, they are not broken yet. So we can't say that's it's a reversal. But market still stands in deep retracement, and we need to see what is going on around the big support areas. Here probably we have to involve also the weekly chart just to imagine the overall picture. If you take a look on the weekly chart, yes, the shooting star on the top looks a bit scary. And yes, we have this bearish divergence with the immensity. But at the same time, take a look what's going on. Market stands accurately in your top and also stands outside of the triangle. It has been broken up. Yes, we have retracement, but market stands outside of it, which is probably more bullish side rather than bearish. And finally, the trend remains bullish, and market actually has some room for retracement more until the break-even point of the trend, which is the 1656. By looking at the daily chart, you can see that 1656 is precisely the 618 support that we previously discussed. Currently, at this point, market already shows some signs of the stabilization. It's difficult to make a conclusion on the possible upward reversal, but at least we see some tweezer type of action, similar candles with the similar lows, which is good. We know that's not the benefit of some euro currency fundamentals or something. This is purely the benefit of the Supreme Court decision and in some part probably the weak gross domestic product numbers that we also have discussed, by the way. So, but it actually absolutely doesn't prevent us from watching for bullish performance, watching some bullish signs on intraday charts. On the 4-time frame chart, we do not have yet any patterns. The only thing that we could tell about is possible divergence. But this divergence makes sense just because market stands in the daily confluence. Speaking about the weakness of the current situation is that, for truth's sake, we do not have anything except this divergence, unfortunately, at least for this moment. Currently, on the starting of the week, it might be really big a few days, just because investors were sleeping with the Supreme Court decision, thinking about it, and they could give a reaction as soon as the beginning of the week. And probably on Monday, Tuesday, we should get something, which is really good. From the bearish point of view, I do not like that the targets have been not completed precisely. So you can see that market mostly stands in this area, but it hasn't tested and touched these particular targets. So it keeps the door open for some downside spikes or something like this. So that's the thing that we also should care about. Finally, on the hourly chart, the only pattern that we theoretically could suggest here is a kind of hand and shoulders, but ratios between the shoulder and hands are not really very accurate. you can see the performance of the hand shoulders. It's also a bit choppy, not very typical for nature of this pattern, but it can't be in a different manner just because this is a reaction on Supreme Court decision. This is news release, a new reaction to the news. This is not changing by some fundamental or economical event. That's why we should not pay too much attention to it, because it might be just some emotional reaction, and we need to give a bit more confirmation. So speaking generally about the current situation, what we could say, that in general market stands at the point where a reversal might happen. Confidence area potentially is potentially suitable for a possible reversal. We even have some bullish hints on a possible bullish activity, such as divergence, suggestion of the hand shoulders, or something like this. But currently, it is not enough for making decision on long entry by far. We just need to be a bit patient and see what will happen in the nearest couple of sessions. I suspect that we should get some clarity, because big events have happened, investors had enough time and still have enough time to analyze these events, and reaction should come, I think, the next week. That's in general what we have. Just let's keep watching what will happen around confluence. If still we will not get any more or less meaningful pullback, we return back to the idea of this possible ABCD pattern that we are dealing with and drop to the OP target, 1613 area, slightly below the 618 support, and then see what will happen there.